Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to Tootie Talk Sense, and I am Tootie. I am back, y'all. I had to go put my kids up. Then I had to come back. So I just deleted that last one and I'm gonna start over. So if y'all seen that last one, act like you didn't. Cause I'm pretending like it didn't happen. So hey y'all, hey, welcome to Tootie Talk Sense. And I am Tootie. How y'all doing today? I got the day off. And when I need to step out, I'm gonna mute it. Fair warning, I'm gonna mute it, step out, and come back in. Because number one priority, deterrent. Okay. Now, today we're gonna talk about Danny Masterson. Masterson. I don't know why it's such a problem for me saying his man's name, but Denny Masterson. Those who know, he's the person who played Hyde on the '70s show. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for R-ing somebody. So let me explain because YouTube don't allow for certain words to be said. So when I say R, I'm talking about RAPE. When I say S, I'm talking about STX. Okay. Now we're gonna start off with Danny. We're gonna go to Iman and Teyana. We're gonna go to Jeezy. Then we're gonna end with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And so when I'm looking down, I'm gonna be reading the laptop and I'm gonna be reading the articles. Okay. Then I get back and try to get y'all some eye contact. But I don't want the laptop up here blocking y'all view of me. Oh my. So here we go, y'all. Let's start off with Danny and his wife, Borgie Phillips. Now, this is taken from stylecaster.com. And I'm going to read this article under the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976. So let's get right up into it. We ain't gonna waste no time because we don't know how much time I get. Oh, these kids come back in. Okay. So this Masterson wife just filed for divorce after his 30-year sentencing. I'm gonna try to pull this laptop. Let me see. Let me make sure it's not in y'all view. Is this laptop blocking me? No. Okay. It's not in the thing. Can y'all hear everything? Can y'all hear me good? Check this sound before I start off, before I get up in here, because then I'll be talking for nothing. Just talking to be talking. Let's see. Come on in, come on in, come on in. And while I'm sitting here checking these sounds, don't forget to like the video. There it is. Come on in, come on in. While I'm checking this sound, don't forget to like the video. Also be in them comments so I can be in them comments with y'all. If y'all in the replay, be in them comments. I'm be checking at your comments and replying back to y'all, okay? So let's have a conversation and discussion. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit all so you can see when I go live. Now let's get into this article. So there's a trigger warning. This article contains descriptions of S violence. Now we're talking about Danny Masterson's wife, who is Borgie Phillips. So it says her husband was sentenced to 30 years to life behind bars, and now friends of Danny Masterson's wife have revealed how she responded to this R sentence. Masterson was accused in March 2017 of R-ing three women in separate incidents between 2001 and 2003, when that '70s show was still on air. He was charged in 2020. The actor who plays Stephen Hyde pleaded not guilty to all three charges in 2021 and went on trial. Though it was declared a mistrial in December of 2022, after the jury was deadlocked, they couldn't anonymously agree on whether to convict him for the third R charge. So they agreed on the first two. They didn't on the third one, so it was deadlocked. So it was a mistrial in December of 2022. The three women who claimed Masterson assaulted them through the Church of Scientology met with journalist Tony Ortega. He posted the allegations as he claimed that one victim approached former Scientology Leah Remini and told her what allegedly happened. The woman was then advised to file a police report by Remini, according to Ortega. I met with the LAPD. I met with Detective Reyes, and I told her these victims deserve to be heard. I asked her to do the right thing by these girls, and I told her that the world is watching. So How did Denny Masterson wife respond to his arson sentence? According to NBC News, Phillips quickly donned a pair of sunglasses after Superior Judge Charlene Omedo announced the sentence and left the courtroom without a word. So they said baby girl just threw on her glasses and laughed once he got them 30 years. So friends to Phillips said she was devastated by her husband's sentencing and at the notion she would have to raise her daughter on her own. That was her thought. Sorry, y'all. Nothing about the victim, but maybe she's okay. She was devastated she gonna have to raise the daughter on her own. MailOnline.com, an article published on September 8th of 2023. 2023. Currently, Borgie is circling a drain and is filled with all emotions and no emotions at all, the insider said. She is the shell of who she was. What you think his victim? Okay. She is really trying to be strong for her daughter and she's trying to figure out life and what it would be like for her. It can only be compared to divorce or death for not being able to be with Danny the way they were. The insider continued, friends are trying to be there for her, but things are really tough. She is really trying to figure it all out and what her life would be after all things are said and done. Whatever happens with Danny will change her life forever and is not a such in a not so dignified words, it just sucks. Following her husband's court date, a source revealed to people that Phillips, who's the wife, they're using her last name, plans to stick with her husband throughout his jail sentence. So he was sentenced to 30 years, right? And she was like, I'm gonna stay with you. What's that Steve Wecko? You look at the string. Yeah, that's mine, and I'm gonna stick beside him. That's what she was saying initially after he got sentenced, baby. So she said she's gonna stick with him. She plans to stick with her husband throughout his jail sentence. She has had a very difficult time since the conviction, the insider said. She loves Danny and has no plans to file for divorce. She will be by his side for it all. The source added that she was surrounded by family and friends, and she is in touch with his lawyers. They are planning appeals. She tries to stay hopeful. Days after the sentence. What's that mean with the SpongeBob later on that day? Days after the sentence on September 19th, 2023, TMZ reported that Boydie Phillips filed for a divorce from Masterson. Her attorney, Peter A. Luzon, told the gospel site Miss Phillips has decided to file for divorce from her husband during this unfortunate time. Her priorities remain her daughter. He continued, this period has been unimaginably hard on the marriage and the family. Mr. Masterson was always present for Miss Phillips during her most difficult times of her life. Miss Phillips acknowledged that Mr. Masterson is a wonderful father to their daughter. Superior Court Judge Charlene Omedo issued a scattering assessment of Masterson during her dispatch of him to prison. And so let me stop right here and I want to go back. So this is going to take a little time, y'all. So go ahead, sit back and relax because I want to go through her statement, the judge statement that she told him. So because it's going to pretty much break down the trial. And like, how did he get convicted? So I'm going to go through the statement and what he was told by this judge. And this statement is on the site legalaffairsandtrials.com. That's the site I'm getting it from. So let me make sure that I'm sharing. I always double check, y'all, just so you can see. This is the picture of the judge that was drawn out because throughout the trial I see pictures drawn. So I'm assuming it's one of the courts that did not allow cameras in the courtroom. But let me read her statement. Let me get some water. It's not liquor. It's really not this man. So the judge said when sentencing him, Mr. Masterson, I know that you're sitting there steadfast in your claim of innocence and thus no doubt feeling victimized by a justice system that you feel has failed you. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, how you could be convicted of each charge of a SEX incidents occurring 20 years ago based on the testimony of a woman that you believe is disgruntled and has a vendetta against you. But, but, listen to the but. But you were not convicted on the testimony of one person. Although the testimony of one person is significant evidence to sustain a conviction, and you were not convicted based on rumor, innuendos, gossip, or speculation. So she was saying, I know you setting up there feeling all victimized and everything. Like this one person is the reason, this one person who's mad at you then came and testified, and now you got 30 years. The judge like, that ain't what happened. This ain't about gossip. This ain't about rumors. It's not about speculation. You got convicted because you did it. Let me finish reading her exact words because those was mine. Y'all, where's my allegedly been? I'm gonna read and then I do my translation and what it had comes out of my head, okay? But these continuing on in the judge words, not man's, okay? You were convicted based upon the testimony and evidence that 12 people from the community found to be credible. You were convicted because the victims testified about what occurred back in 2001 and 2003. You were convicted because of the victims reported the R's to someone shortly after the R happened back in 2001 and 2003. John Doe 2 told her mother and friends, thus reporting the R. John Doe 1 reported the R to the Scientology officials and also wrote letters to the Scientology International Justice Chief reporting the R. So one woman told her friends and family. The other woman, because they was part of the Scientology church, she went and actually reported it to the Scientology church and wrote letters about it. So they said they also reported the R to Los Angeles Police Department almost approximately a year later. And Jane Doe 3 reported the R to the Scientology ethnic officer and higher officials within the Scientology organization shortly after it happened. So you got two of his victims that went right to Scientology officials and reported it. In addition, shortly after the R happened, you paid Jane Doe 1 approximately $400,000 to keep quiet about the S incident. And while some may argue that whether you believed her story was true or not, you didn't want the bad publicity. She was seeking money from you. Close to $500,000 is an awful lot to pay for the silence about an incident that you claim never happened. So what the judge just said there, you paid you paid Jane Doe 1 almost $500,000. Now you could argue, oh, I just paid her because I didn't want this stuff to go out in the public. I'm on this TV show. I'm a public figure. But she said, if you claim to be innocent, that's a lot of money to pay somebody for something that you say didn't happen. That's what my translation is. Continuing on with the judge actual words. The events as relayed by the victims were similar to each other. And during the time that victims told other people about the R's, shortly after the R had occurred, the victims were still Scientologists. They had not left the organization yet. So she was saying, no, it seems like you got a pattern. And it ain't that these women are reporting because they're against the Scientology church. Because after they reported, they stayed at the church. That's what she's saying. So the argument that they only colluded with each other decades later after leaving Scientology to get money from you does not make sense in light of their earlier reporting, nor does it diminish the truth or impact of the earlier statement made at or near the time of the R's when they had no motive to life, retaliation, or gain money. In addition to what I have just mentioned, there was further testimony and evidence presented at trial, and after hearing all the evidence, the jury from the community found you guilty of count 1 and count 2 by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So she said, yeah, they found you guilty of 1 and 2. So, Mr. Madison, you are not the victim here. Your action 20 years ago took away another person's voice and choice. Your action 20 years ago was criminal, and that's why you're here. So what that was, so stop acting like you the victim and you sitting here and being like, oh, I got convicted because of what one woman said. She said, nah, you ain't the victim. What you did 20 years ago was some BS, and now you got to pay the price. Continuing with her words. Ultimately, one way or another, you will have to come to terms with both your prior action and your subsequent consequences. To quote Martin Luther King, the ultimate weakness of violence is that it is descending spiral, begetting the very thing it seeks to destroy. As a count one violation of Penal Code Section 261 of the Penal Code, I order Mr. Madison to be in prison in a state prison for a term of 15 years. As a count two, a violation of Section Code 26A2, I order Mr. Madison to be in prison for a term of 15 years. I order the sentence to be run consecutively. The total sentence is 30 years to life with actual conduct. I am sorry, with actual custody of 100 days and conduct credit of 15 days for a total of 115 days. Yeah, I wish I had a commercial to play, but as you hear, I gotta take a break. Forgot to unmute it. I'm not gonna cut it off and come back. I'm just gonna continue on where I left off at because that's the end of the judge statement. So they ordered him. Let me make sure I'm back in the middle. So they pretty much ordered, and she said she running it consecutively. That's why he got end up with 30 years because he got two charged guilty of two 15-year sentences. And she like, we gonna run this back to back. You ain't gonna let you serve it all at the same time because you're sitting there acting like a victim, acting like you ain't do nothing wrong, acting like these women just coming after you for the money when they got proof that they went and reported this. It was a total of three victims, but two went to report it to officials after it happened. And you try to act like these women just because they no longer in the Scientology church that it's a vendetta against you in Scientology. Now, because you ain't even sorry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make you run them consecutively. That's what she said, y'all. Now, let's continue on with this article. Because this article is about because as I had previously said, if y'all just getting in here, the wife was like, was with him throughout this trial and everything. After he got sentenced to his 30 years, the wife said she's gonna stay with him and gonna do the time with him. Then a couple of days later, she filed for divorce. Mm-hmm. Let's continue on with the article. So let's read this. I went up a little bit. So I read what the judge said. Then let's read. In reading their victim impact statement, the court heard a heart-wrenching account of how the victim's lives have been forever altered by his action. When you armed me, you stole from me, Jane Doe 2 told the court. That's what art is. It's a theft of the spirit. You are pathetic, disturbed, and completely violent, she said. The world is better off with you in prison. Jane Doe 1 said, Masterson has not shown an ounce of remorse for the pain he caused. I knew he belonged behind bars for the safety of all the women he came in contact with, she said. I am so sorry and I'm so upset. I wish I reported him sooner to the police. Jane Doe 3 said Masterson actions sentenced her to viewing my body as a crime scene my entire life. Los Angeles County, no, I hate when it moves. Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon said he applauded the women for coming forward and participating in this process, adding that he hoped it encouraged others to come forward about incidents of abuse in Hollywood. My hope is that this sentence will somehow bring them peace and that their bravery will be an example to others, he said. One of my top priorities is to ensure that Los Angeles will no longer be a hunting ground for Hollywood elites who feel entitled to prey on women. This thing, all types of notifications going on. Sean Holly, a lawyer for Masterson, told reporters outside the courtroom that she was very disappointed in the sentence, noting that a team of lawyers had reviewed the case and found a number of significant evidence and constitutional issues that they plan to use in appeal. Though we have great respect for the jury and our system of justice, sometimes they get it wrong. And that's what happened here. Madison maintain his innocence. So, yeah, that's what happened. So his wife is now filing for divorce. She said she ain't gonna stay in there for that 30-year sentence because she's, she said she had to think about her daughter because of what you did to everybody else's daughter. Now she got to think about her daughter and make the best decision for her daughter. And then I heard put in the comments why you think she decided to leave now. Do you think she's gonna still be behind the scenes supporting him? Because I'm like, you leave it now because of the sentence. Because from what I didn't heard, rumors in the street was she came to every court date. She was there with him. You see pictures of her in court with him. In this article I just read, they said she was there for the sentence, and she just put on her glasses and left. Now they saying during this trial, the things, of course, the evidence and the women testimony about what happened that night, like, was not good, And I'm like, but you said that through all that. Once you heard it, did something click? Like, hey, now was you going back home? Like, oh, I know you did it, or was you still believing in him even through all the evidence? And you think it was the actual him being found guilty? Because if she would have left during the trial, then I think it would have looked worse on his case. Even though the jurors are not supposed to be reading, newspaper articles and things of that nature while a trial is going on. But it would look really bad if she went and seen that testimony and was like, he did that and left. So do you think now she believe it and now she leaving? Or she just like, no, I'm not finna do 30 years. Or because initially she said she's gonna stay with him through the sentence. Or did he actually think about his wife this time and was like, no, you need to go ahead and leave it. All I'm saying is that, Shirley Strawberry, take note. Nicki, take note. Sometimes you gotta leave. You gotta leave them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta exit left. You got. But let's see, y'all. What did that say? We finna? Oh no, I just closed the. I just closed the one that I was supposed to be talking about next, but. Let me go to these slides. What did I say? We was going to talk about next. So that's one we just did. That's Danny. That's his wife. The one who left him. He the one that got them 30 years. She left him. Oh, let's talk about Iman, Shumpert, and Teyana Taylor. Hopefully I didn't close that one. Because I just exited off something that I know I'm going to need. But we don't have to. We don't have to go through it, okay? Now, this is from AOL.com. So, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert separated after 7 years of marriage, and she says infidelity ain't one of the issues. Because if I'm not mistaken, y'all, ain't they the one who, it was known. They would talk about, I wouldn't say swinging, but inviting a female partner, into their bedroom. It was widely talked about. It was widely discussed. So she was like, fidelity ain't one of the issues because there's probably people over there like, see, that's what happened when you invite somebody in your bedroom. And she like, baby, that ain't it. That ain't what it was. What had happened was. But Let's read, y'all. Teyana Taylor is taking nosy gossip mongers out the group chat after narratives about her relationship from basketball player Iman Shumpert got a little out of hand. The Coming to America actor confirmed Sunday that she and the Brooklyn Nets guard had successfully and peacefully separated some time ago. And she did so while taking chatterboxes to task after allegations of cheating swirled around Shumpert and appeared to eclipse the beloved couple 7-year marriage. So let me read her. I'm gonna click on her Instagram post and share that with you guys because I actually really like the Instagram person. And I'm like, well, if you're gonna separate, that's the way you do it. Wait, no. AOL. Y'all getting these streams confused. That ain't the one I want to share. It's the Instagram one. I'm gonna get it together. There it is. Here you go. So she said, not too much on my bestie. Not too much on my bestie. In all fairness, and I are separated, and have been for a while. To be 1,000% clear, infidelity ain't one of the reasons for our departure. We are still the best of friends, great business partners, and are one hell of a team when it comes to co-parenting our two beautiful children. Most importantly, we are family. And in the 10 years together, 7 years married, we ain't ever played with or about that. We just keep y'all A's. I be trying not to cuss, but I'm gonna end up cussing in this video. So y'all don't like cussing. Fair warning. It's gonna come. So we just keep y'all A's out the group chat, LOL, which is the reason we've been able to successfully and peacefully separate without all the outside noise. The only reason I'm even sharing this part of the chat is because the narratives are getting a little out of hand and it's unfair to all parties involved. I hope this provides some clarity. That's what she had said. Said, tell him, Teyana. You tell him, you're like, even though that ain't my husband. Well, he's still her husband because they just separated the day before. Said, don't be coming for my friend, okay? Let me see. Let me see if that's all the article say. Taylor, 32, said that she and Shumpert managed to keep their breakup private by not getting their fans and foes involved. Okay. I hope y'all. So I hope this provides some clarity for y'all. Okay, Auntie, taking y'all back out the chat. Bye. The White Man Can't Jump actor announced their engagement at her baby shower in November 2015 when she was pregnant with their first child, Jeannie, who is now 7. They wed in 2016, had their second child, daughter Rue Rose, in September 22. Hey, 2020. That's when I had my baby, September 2020. There's them corona babies. Y'all out there know what happened when you get locked down in the house with your husband or your man. So in June, Taylor praised Shumpert in a birthday post. Your birthday will always be one of my favorites because on this day, 33 years ago, a super dope human being was born. She wrote, my best friend, my husband, my children's dad, my other half. Crazy how y'all B-Day feels like my day because you're a gift. One of the greatest gifts I ever received. So yeah, I really like that I don't like that they separated. I like the way that they handle it. And then neither one of them are going, how often do you see that? Neither one of them are going on attack on each other and they are actually out supporting each other. And then she's like, don't be talking about my best friend. We still best friends because people when they break up with their best friends who's like the same sex, when girls break up with girls, they go all on in the dog out. Well, you want I'm gonna tell what you had did that 10. So I like that they separated like that and they still respect each other and that she's coming, to stand up for their relationship because they haven't divorced. So I don't know if they plan on getting back together, but once it go negative, it's kind of hard to get back together once you take it negative. So I really like that she did that. So y'all, let's talk about this. This is what's next. Jeannie Ma. I said Jeannie Ma. I know people are pronouncing it Jeannie May. I like the way Jeannie Ma sounds. And Jeezy. I've been trying to find that clip where he was saying that, he grew up in Tokyo. Seemed like he was maybe an army brat, Navy brat. Because I know one of my friends grew up was born on the same base he was talking about. But that's good. Let me see. I'm going to go and see if I deleted. I think that may be one of the tabs I deleted. Well, we going to go on up here. We're going to go on up here and see what had happened. What had happened was, so let me read this article, because Jeezy is the one that filed for divorce. Now, when he filed for divorce, which was, I want to say this week, that he filed for the divorce. This week or the end of last week, he filed for divorce. But now what's coming out now is that he didn't have these divorce papers. He didn't have these divorce papers, baby, since June. Once he filed, people went and grabbed them papers. He didn't have them divorce papers since June. He just not filing them. Let's read this article. Let's read this article on his divorce. So Jeezy files for divorce from Jeannie Ma after 2 years of marriage and a 1-year-old daughter. Jeezy and Jeannie marriage is coming to an end. The put-on rapper submitted a complaint for divorce Thursday in Fulton County Superior Court in Georgia. The Times confirmed, according to legal documents, Jeezy and Ma are currently living in a bona fide state of separation. Representative for Jeezy, 45, and Ma, 44, did not immediately respond to the time request for comments on Friday. In addition to the divorce, first reported by the Atlanta Journal Constitution, Jeezy is seeking joint legal and physical custody of their 1-year-old daughter. He like, you not gonna put me on child support. You will not. We finna 50-50 this thing, okay? So Jeezy is seeking joint and legal custody of their 1-year-old daughter, Monaco. Legal documents also revealed that the couple signed a prenuptial agreement. Now, I didn't heard a couple of people, it ain't in this article now, because, I be looking at other articles, be watching the other YouTubers. I didn't heard them say that the prenup was signed like a day or two before the wedding. So it's possible that she could contest the prenup, especially if she's saying she signed it in like a state of distress. What you can't do for legal documents is that she's like, oh, I'm so afraid that he wouldn't marry me if I didn't sign it. So I went ahead and I was forced to sign it in order to go through with the marriage, and all my family was coming from Vietnamese and everything, and blah, blah, blah. So they're saying it's a possibility she could contest the prenup. So we'll see. Ma, who is a former host of The Real, and Jeezy married in March of 2021 after meeting on the set of the Sense Council daytime talk show. A year later, they welcomed their daughter. This is what the article say. But when y'all go ahead and search it in the YouTube, because I ain't got it pulled up. That's probably the tab I exit out of. But there's the clip of Jeannie Ma saying that, oh yeah, me and Jeezy met on the set of The Real, and Lonnie Love like, y'all had met before that. So when they actually met and why this is a secret, don't know. So the divorce comes months after Ma opened up about her life as a wife and mom on the Jennifer Hudson. So, hey, Chicago, Chi-Town represent. Hey, J Hood. In May, I got married. I fell in love. She said, you just never know what happens. The best part is really being true to yourself. No, we're not doing that. During her Jennifer Hudson appearance, Ma also spoke about teaching her daughter, who is Black and Vietnamese, to own who she is. She explained that baby Monaco spends her time with each of her parents' family. Jeezy's in Atlanta, and May is in Bay Area. She understands both sides. I only speak Vietnamese to her, and then Dad only speaks the South to her. English? I'm just keep reading what she said, because Dad only speaks the South to her. I didn't know that was a language. I know people in the South talk different, because you hear my tone. There's a little bit of South in Chi-Town, but ghetto and suburban here. So I understand an accent, but to speak South, okay. I don't know what's going to come out. We'll see. Just last week, Monaco promoted Jeezy memoir Adversity for sale in an Instagram video. September 6th, Ma praised her husband whose book left me even more in awe of your strength and wisdom. Jeezy is not featured in the video, save for his portrait on the memoir cover page. So I'm gonna go to this Instagram video, y'all. Now, when I seen this video, I was like, that's odd. It ain't odd that she's recording her daughter and saying a prayer because I have recorded my daughter saying the Lord's Prayer when I taught her the Lord's Prayer. It's the stuff that she put in the video. It was just set up like a whole press release. So I'm like, don't be using the Lord. But I guess pastors do it, so hey, it's fine. But I'm like, she got the book right there displayed. Let me go to this video instead of talking about it. Let me see. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Let me go to the video. Cause she got this book over here presented. Yeah, she got the book presented. And it's just set up that it looked like a TV ad. So, and then to find out that you and Jesus weren't even together at the time, was that you trying to get back in the good grace? What was this video about, lady? Let me see. I don't know if the volume's gonna play.
Thank you. Thank you. Because my daddy made the New York Times bestsellers list. So God, thank you for my daddy and his work to help people believe in themselves. Just like he teaches me. Amen.
She like, she looked at this. All right, now eat now. You see it, baby. Like,
oh, thank you, Coco.
And look, with the book and everything set up, baby. You better use that as a commercial.
Boom.
At the beginning, I think that's the beginning.
Almost Coco. Boom. Hi, God. Oh, gosh. How are you? I'm fine. God, I want to thank you for my family. God, I want to thank you for my food. And God, thank you because my daddy made the New York Times bestsellers list.
Yeah, I'm like, that's all you had to say. You could have stopped at the food. The baby's trying to
thank you.
And then she come back when he got this baby like, Mama.
And his work
Mama.
to help people.
I's hungry. Or maybe it's just me. Okay. And then I was watching, let me see. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to be on this one. I think this is the one I just read to you. On the same day, have the doors, blah, blah, blah. So I was watching, I want to say it's, I was watching Mills, but I didn't finish the video. And then people in the comments were saying that Jeezy got other kids. Like he got a girl, like a young daughter, and he has 2 older sons, like adult sons. So I was like, well, I didn't even know that. And I had found it in one article that talks about it, but it talks about him and having the other kids. You know what? And then I probably also this article here is just talking about the divorce. Jeannie Mai thought her second marriage would last if she didn't get greedy. Court docs suggest Jeezy filed for divorce in June. So that's why I was telling y'all. Even though the rapper officially filed for divorce on September 14th, citing that their union was irretrievably broken. He hopes to share joint legal and physical custody of their only child, 1-year-old Monaco, and is asking that child support is determined by Georgia law. Yeah, this one. He has 2 adult sons and a young daughter from a previous relationship. So people was mentioning that Jeannie Mine's always on. Her thing is always to be on always set things up to be a big show, a big production to show her life, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And her and Jeezy is not like that. Jeezy is a private person, and they said as much as she never talks about being a stepmom. Hold on. I'm gonna get commercials so I can start taking commercial breaks. But yeah, that article tells about that he has the 2 older sons and a younger daughter from a previous relationship. And as I was saying, people had noticed that on her Instagram, on her YouTube, everything like that they never mentioned the other kids, and that she never talks about being a stepmom, and was wondering if they had is that part of the reason. But I haven't been able to dive into that to see if I can find any information on that, because it was also alleged that Jeezy don't have a relationship with the don't have a good relationship with the sons. I don't, and I believe it was saying that he don't have a good relationship with the younger daughter mom. So that could be a reason. It doesn't reflect negatively on Jeannie mom as far as a stepmom if the kids wasn't allowed to be around or wasn't allowed to be recorded or didn't want to. So that's one thing. So let's move on, y'all, to this Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, y'all. Let's go to that, baby, because y'all know last time Nicki and Cardi seen each other, right? At the MTV Awards, that was the results, right? That little fight they got into. Let me see if I can find it. It be hard to play TMZ stuff because you know what? I ain't gonna play it. I will just show y'all that the article is still up. Y'all can go to tmz.com and watch the fight. But that's the fight that happened the last time Nicki and Cardi end up getting together. It says, and this is tmz.com. I'll read the article. I'm not gonna play the video. It says Nicki Minaj her shoe calls her a P word. Cardi B attacks Nicki Minaj her shoe and call her a P word. So Cardi has declared full on war, sending a message to Nicki. I'll let a lot of S slide. I'll let you speak this me. I'll let you lie on me. But when you mention my child, you choose to like comments about me as a mother, make comments about my ability to take care of my daughters when all bets are effing off. Cardi goes on. I worked hard and come too far to let anybody else with my success. Bees talking all that ass in they raps, but in real life, they are cats. They are meow. Yeah, I don't know what she said. People connected to Cardi tell us when Cardi approached the table, she was not looking for a fight. They said she wanted to address the lies Nicki was spreading. They believe security had a plan. If Cardi came anywhere near and one of them elbowed her in the face, check out the lump. They said at that point it was on. Cardi showed off her shoes Friday night at a New York fashion party by throwing one of them at Nicki. TMZ had on. Cardi and Nicki both showed up at the Harper's Bazaar Bash. Nicki was with her crew at a table when Cardi aggressively approached the table. This is according to eyewitnesses. And y'all see that right there? That's that knot. We're told Cardi said, "Let me tell you something," as she lunged towards Nicki, but security stopped her inches from contact. But Cardi wasn't done. She pulled off her shoe and threw it at her enemy, missing her target. Look at that, the shoe. People. As for Nicki, we're told, cool as a cucumber. She didn't even flinch. Cardi was escorted out by security. She left the building with one shoe on her foot. Now that's fashion. That's the TMZ article, yeah. And that's what happened. This is the TMZ article from what happened. I want to say 2008, not 2018. I believe this was from 2018. So now, y'all know, all know what's going on recently. That Nicki Minaj husband. So they all get together for this big. Is it TMZ? No, MTV. I want to say it's the MTV Awards. And Nicki husband, Mr. Kenny Petty, was being petty, right? So he called himself going after Offset, and I can't even find out what initially started it because somebody got the whole thing going where they said they was trying. It's like a situation where they're trying to throw the rock and hat the hen, trying to make it seem like Offset started it with Nicki people. That he reached out in the DM, said some crap. They said some crap back. Then they end up, it's the MTV Awards. They go outside his hotel and they do this little video where Kenneth Fatty is out there like a teenager and everything, like he 15, 16. And I said, well, maybe he missed that time because he was in jail during that time. But he out there trying to relive his childhood and, threatening and everything on social media. And I said, this ain't the ghetto, okay? This is, you can take Bonquisha out the hood, but you can't take the hood out Bonquisha. Because if you don't go over there in that mansion and sit down with your baby and be happy that you don't even have to apply for jobs no more and say, put down on there what. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me just read the article. Okay, because then also it came out that let me see, this is September 17th, that Nicki and Cardi, so Nicki had put something, not Nicki, it was Nicki fans. I'm not gonna say it was Nicki. Nicki fans had put up alleging that Cardi B daddy was an ex offender. So Cardi went and responded to that. Let me share that before we move on to the okay, I had to just see what was going on. My oldest came down. I'm like, wait, you know how you hear, as a mother, you hear some noise in the background. I'm like, wait. I mean, I got to take another commercial break, but the eldest is there now. She got him. So this is Cardi B addresses Nicki Minaj fans who claim her father is a pedo. You know what? Yeah, I know what it is. The P who go after the kids. So Cardi B responded to Nicki Minaj stands, instead of fans, they call them stands, claiming her father is a P. On Sunday, September 17th, the Bungos rapper clapped back at the claims, calling these lies. First, it was the video line on Offset. Now it's lies on my dad. I'm pretty sure y'all know offenders have to take a picture every year, she explained. Keep it cute on family, especially offenders, pedos and molesters, because everybody's gonna want to cry when I start talking about the real peace snatchers. And when she say peace snatchers, she say cat snatchers, the real cat snatchers. Because she said pedos who's her husband and have to register as an ex offender. But that wasn't a pedo because them girls, they was the same age. And also her brother. That's why she said pedo and molesters, because her brother with his charges, and I can't say allegedly because he was convicted of molesting, R-ing his stepdaughter. So then then a Cardi B stand jumped to their favorite musician defense. The user commented on a tweet detailing that the Bronx native had already addressed these rumors. They provided screenshots from 2020 showing Cardi B explaining how and why the pedo rumors were untrue. The rappers can be seen lashing out at people attempting to tarnish her family name. My father's name is Carlos Julio Almanzar, Almanzar, an immigrant that came to America in 1990 from the Dominican Republic. The it ain't tweets no more, so they saying the X tweets, but I'm not saying that tweets. I'm just saying tweets. The tweets tweet. If my dad would have committed any crime, he would have been deported and wouldn't be able to get a job as a cab driver for 9 years. So this Cardi B claps back at the bars who call her father a convicted artist. So I want to show y'all this post. Make sure it's displayed because I went and clicked on it. Clicked on the post to share this stream. Y'all see Cardi B claps back at bars who call her father a convicted. And so then they gonna put Cardi B father. See, this was somebody had put up. Cardi B father is a convicted artist and a pedo too. So then that's when they went and was like, don't you don't want me to talk about the people who really out here snatching pee. And then that's then they put let's talk about, and they put the pictures up, all the mug shots, all of them of her husband. And I said, okay, now they saying what you call it. His last name is Petty, but they need to be calling these people Petty too, because why y'all gonna put look at that post. Let me see. It don't say it at the bottom. It don't. You can't see at the bottom how far those dates go back, but it was arrested in 2015, 2016. Wait, December 2015, March of 2016, June of 2016, September 2016, December 2016, March of 2017, June 2017, September 2017, December 2017, February 2018. That's what they put up, y'all. That's what they put up, y'all. Let me finish reading this. So after she addressed the rumors, let's go back to the article we was reading, which was that I don't know if I cited where that came from. That's Vibe. That's Vibe.com is this article about Cardi B addressing the rumors. Cardi B addressing the rumors about her father. So you can search my dad name. This is what Cardi said. You can search my dad name up and down. You can hire a top tier investigator. You can't even get a mug shot because my father never been arrested. I find it disgusting that y'all been trying to start rumors about my family because y'all hate me. I won't let y'all tarnish my family ever. Elsewhere, the Grammy winning artist showed love to Beyonce for not addressing everything about herself during an interview with the Spot podcast. She called attention to Bay Method, which is different from her own. Surprisingly, I had held myself back a lot from a lot of things. You see how Beyonce addresses her things? She does not address them at all, she said. I feel like every artist should do what works for them and what's good for their mental health, because I feel like if addressing things to Beyonce affects her mental health, then don't do it. I'd rather just let it out. So I feel like everybody should address their issues however they feel like they're going to be comfortable in doing. That's how I feel. Everybody is different. How he was sentenced to prison for 5 years from 1988 to 1993 if Cardi was born in 1992. Make it make sense. That's one of Cardi fans in that picture that they had put on for who the man they trying to say is her daddy. He was in prison from 1998 to 1993. And he's like, that's not her father. Cardi was born in 1992, so it can't be her father because then he would have been in prison. And then they just go through and show the different things where she had already debunked that theory. Now, let's go on to this article about him getting now Nicki Minaj's husband and got more time because he want to go over there on the video and threaten Offset when he know he already on probation, parole, the house, whatever he already on. That you can't be out here threatening people's life on video and did it with such a big and expect nothing not to happen to you, baby. Petty. So, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth, placed on house arrest after threatening Cardi B husband, Offset. Kenny Petty, the husband of Nicki Minaj, is now in hot water after violating the terms of he was on probation. The terms of his probation. Petty posted clips on social media where he appeared to threaten rapper Offset, the husband of Minaj's former adversary Cardi B. According to documents obtained by ET, Petty has been ordered to serve 120 days of home detention. The court order was filed Wednesday in the Central District of California after Petty was recorded on video making threatening remarks to a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record. So, well, you're the valid life. He done violated twice. So you done threaten somebody and you know you're a felon and you ain't supposed to be around other felons and you around other felons making threat. Baby. The reference video clips was posted on September 16th, according to the Hollywood Reporter. In the clips, which had been reposted online and was filled with explicit, Petty and two other men are seen standing on the sidewalk in New York City, repeatedly referencing Offset. At one point, Petty said, "You plan that vacation, you'll be planning your funeral." So, let me see, y'all. I'm gonna go in here, see if I can pull up the hopefully this one then blinked it out. The little Twitter, because this is Mr. Pop official.
Offset, where you at? That's it. Gotta spend that shit. Them niggas that, nigga. I go Kanye, nigga. No, it's up, man. No, it's up, yeah. We outside. Big Zoo outside, nigga. Big Queens, right? Yeah.
Drop your low now, nigga. Drop your low now, nigga.
You got them niggas. All set them niggas acting like niggas DM me. Yo, where you at? We
outside. We run this city, nigga. Don't let these niggas fool you. We run this city, nigga.
You see the addresses on the buildings, nigga. You see the plates on the cars, nigga.
This was
Let's talk out here.
Y'all think y'all playing? Sturdy, nigga.
All the way. All the way.
Sturdiest, nigga.
Stupid nigga.
Sturdiest. Check the serial number, nigga. The sturdiest, nigga.
Fuck y'all niggas talking about. All the way. Ain't nobody
dummy.
Yeah.
Around, nigga.
And the money right. The money right. The money right, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about?
Niggas sliding
Stupid.
That's them? Oh, no, that ain't them.
Spin, nigga.
You know that. And we out here. How long y'all want to be on us with us for us? How long y'all want to stay here, man?
Until y'all niggas come.
Hold on. How we add them niggas on there, man? We gonna tell them niggas, man.
Hey, man.
How we add them niggas on there?
Man. So you gotta do is drop a location.
One of y'all,
Nigga.
it's not a million niggas, nigga. It's just the sturdies, though.
That's it.
Look, we right here.
We not mobbing, we hitting them.
Look, nigga, we here. What's going on? Hold on.
Okay.
Niggas got a million securities around them, man. Smack, stupid.
Ball mouth.
Yeah,
Niggas is fucking clowns, homie.
Let's go to this next one.
Nigga, niggas, I
2
got a
minutes feel
booklet
like 20.
hoodie on. So they don't know where I'm from. They know where I'm from, though.
They know.
I can't act like I don't. Big Queens, nigga.
Yeah, sturdy, nigga. What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's
Get fucking money, man. What's up?
Yeah.
Where niggas is at, man?
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't know
Big
niggas.
Zoom.
They said you don't know niggas.
Big Zoom.
Plan that vacation. You
Yeah.
be planning your funeral, pussy.
Yeah.
There you go.
All the way to the street, nigga. Know everything, nigga. Let's play. Let's play. What's up?
We'll meet you there,
Let's
nigga.
play. Let's get it.
Let's
Let's
go.
Let us meet you there, nigga.
That's where the threat came in.
Let's play. What's up?
We'll meet you there, nigga.
Planning your funeral, pussy.
Niggas. They said you don't know niggas.
Big Zoom.
Plan that vacation. You be planning your funeral, pussy. All the way to the street, nigga. Know everything, nigga.
I guess ain't know his probation officer. It was always to the street too, because yeah, he didn't got house arrest for the. I mean, yeah, it better be at the door, not to that street, because you on house arrest now. So I hope that look. Y'all drop down the comments. Tell me what y'all thought about this whole thing, because it seems like that Nicki Minaj husband is like always. Who these Nicki fans about to get me? But she reminded me of Shirley Strawberry. I've been reading them, going through them tapes, and I'm just like, Shirley just over there. Yeah, I'm gonna do a review. I did tapes 1 through 6, and she just believe in everything. Yeah, believe everything this man is saying. Like, but it seems that even if I was Nicki, even if you don't want to not, even if you want to still be in a relationship with him, right? As you just seen, Boy G Phillips, Danny Masterson wife, she may still be in a relationship with him, but like publicly, because he's so problematic, them will divorce him. Like, do what you gonna do behind the scenes. People ain't got to know that you still with that man. At least go and put in a paperwork so people can stop always putting up his record and everything anytime that it comes to you. And you can't get you. I mean, I guess you can get mad. You can do whatever you want because you're grown. But when it comes down to it, people gonna always bring up anybody who got a background record. I don't care if it was for stealing a loaf of bread about the store, but his was serious. It was for stealing, cat from a woman, and then the woman to come out and say that the same thing that he's doing right now, as far as to Offset, that she received it, 100 times worse, and threats, and her having to move all this time, the victim of Kenneth. And this video that you're making to Offset, it doesn't make it no better, because the people who did believe you is going to be looking like, okay, now it looks like you got a pattern of harassing and threatening people, because that's what you do when you have an issue with somebody. But since when are we with a name, with your wife name that big? If it ain't even for me, like, don't you not want to embarrass your wife? Don't you not want to have her out there like that? And baby, ain't enough D in the world to have me out here like that. Like, who? Because okay, you didn't. It looks very bad. Now the rumor is now that then this is allegedly. This is allegedly. Now, because I don't know if it ever came out that it was true, but I know that her brother was convicted, but they had started the rumor that she was paying for the lawyer. So you already got that strike against you. Then you go marry somebody who, who's our, and he was convicted of it. So I'm like, I could put allegedly, but he was convicted of it. So he's saying he didn't do it now, and he took a plea because he was faced with so many years. So he took the plea, whatever. Y'all know the story. But to have that with your brother, then to marry this man with that going on, and he just won't stay out the public view. Get him a microphone or something, or like Safari, let him dance. Like, dude, Like him out here doing this 15, 16, even maybe 19, 20-year-old crap, and he 40 something with a kid. Like if you don't go in that and get off them New York streets hanging out looking home, y'all, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking, nor why he was thinking what he was thinking, but it's all a mess and it's all nonsensical and it's all coming down on your wife. So if you just think about your wife before you do it, because Offset made his video on private jets. Y'all out there hanging out on the corner in New York, stalking a hotel that he wasn't even in. It was like you did all that for a hotel. Now this is what I'm hearing. A hotel that Offset wasn't even in that hotel. You was at the wrong hotel. How crazy do you look? Not even crazy. How stupid do you look? Sorry, that looks stupid. How stupid do you look that you at the wrong hotel? Now you on house arrest. What did you get accomplished? Besides on this video, 47 and threatening somebody on social media with your friends that you ain't even supposed to be hanging out around, that you just putting all the video evidence over there. You might as well have made a video post with arrest me. Like, because you just putting, I want to go back to jail. Like, you just put everything out there in the most dumbest way. And also just go from a private jet, like, yeah, I ain't nobody on that job. I'm out here making this money. Y'all over there standing on the street corner in front of the wrong hotel. Y'all, what y'all thought about that situation? Go ahead, comment on everything that I discussed today. Y'all watching the replay, go ahead, get in them comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the all so you can see when I go live. Follow me on the Facebook, Tootie Talks. Facebook and Instagram is Tootie Talks, and Twitter is Tootie Talks, y'all. Fan base is also Tootie Talks. Y'all, I'm gonna get all up out of here because I got to go ahead and cook me something to eat. Me and these kids something to eat. They done finally laid down. The big sister and game and put them on now. So let me go and go get something in this belly. All right, I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.